All right, Boovie, it's the big one.
It's a big one. It's time for the RST Superbike race. 6 laps around the TT course.
Massive. This is the one that everybody's been waiting for. We saw the Supersport race yesterday, we saw the sidecar race, but normally this is the first race in the week. New schedule means that we are getting a Superbike race on a Sunday. Some might call it
Superbike Sunday.
Hey, that's about that.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? That's the main thing.
Well, you know, you've got 3 names. We keep talking about the same guys for the podium, for the wins. Pete Hickman, Dean Harrison, Michael Dunlop. Michael Dunlop's just gone and smashed the super sport race yesterday.
Yeah.
Can he do the same today?
It's hard to look past him.
It is. He was very, very fast in practice week. So was Pete, to be fair.
Yeah.
So was Dean. The thing I've noticed about Pete Hickman is he's normally really relaxed. He's normally quite a jovial guy, laughing and joking. I've seen a change in him this week. Ever since Dunlop started posting 135 mile an hour laps, I feel like, I don't want to say it's rattled him, I just feel like he's had to sit up and take note, and I don't think he's going to have it all his own way.
No, I don't think so. I think it is going to be a 3-horse race. We don't want to call it a 3-horse race because we could talk about every single rider in the grid and they all deserve that time and respect, but you've got to look at what's happening right at the front because that's where the records come, that's where the speeds come. But beyond those top 3, obviously we've still not got Connor back. Davey didn't have a great day on the Supersport yesterday, so he'll be looking to make amends in this Superbike race. And some might say that the Superbike is more of his
probably
bag,
yeah, probably because he rides a Superbike at home in the British Championship. But then you know, there's a lot of names like Davey, like Jamie Coward, who had an awesome day yesterday, 4th in the Supersport race. You know, you've got James Hilly, you've still got John McGuinness, who's fast. You know, the list goes on, and this is a big race. 6 laps around here is hard on the rider, hard on the bike, hard on your mind. So, you know, we're talking about Harrison, Hickman, Dunlop on the podium, but anything could happen. You know, we've got Pete Hickman on a 200 odd mile an hour bike, which we've not really seen that before. You know, he's got more power than has ever really been put down on the TT course. Can that last 6 laps? He hasn't done 6 laps in one go on it.
None of them have done really 6 laps this past couple of weeks. So after that 2nd or 3rd lap, they're going into the unknown. And the other big deciding factor will be the pit stops. Spoke to Player about it this morning. Pit stops will play a vital part in this because one slip on that spanner, one change of visor that doesn't quite go to plan, and they could lose it because it is coming down to 10 seconds now.
Like Pritch said, it's not just refueling today because we've got 6 laps, so they'll come in every 2 laps for most of the guys anyway. A new tyre, new visor, obviously a tank full of fuel. Anything can happen in a pit stop. You know, you put in 24 litres of a flammable liquid on top of a red hot motorbike. And with a bloke sat on top of it, it's scary stuff, really.
All right, Boovie, it's crunch time. Bikes are heading up to the road now. You've got the radio guys to go to. I'll see you in a bit.
Ciao.
James Hillier, probably the last person you want to be talking to me to right now is me. How are we feeling?
All right, your shoes have cheered me up a little bit.
Oh, thanks, mate. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback for them.
Yeah, good or bad?
Positive, all positive, mate.
Yeah, well, here we are,
Here we are, the big one. You feel ready?
You never feel fully ready, but I genuinely, I think more of me is looking forward to this than not. Like, you always get sort of drawn in and overthink stuff, but just going to do as always, try and hit my markers and attack, see what the pit boards say and take it from there. You know, there's 3 other particular riders who have took it to another level. So everyone who's come to the TT to watch today, they're in for a hell of a race and a spectacle. It just sort of boosts everything. So I don't know. We're just I really don't know. I just want to get on with it and enjoy it. And 6 laps is a long way. So let's see what we can do.
Hey, we've done the Dakar, so we're more than fit enough.
Oh yeah.
As soon as that clutch drops, mate, that's when you can enjoy yourself the most.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. John, have we got a second?
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, there's a guy behind you who wants to chat to you, Kurt Bush, bit of a legend.
Okay, right, yeah.
Bit of a legend, but not as much of a legend as you are around here. First time out on the bikes, competitively this week, are you ready for it? You looking forward to it?
Yeah, about as ready as I'm going to be. I've had a great practice week. Bike's been out every session, been in every session. Can't get any better conditions than you've got today, so my heart's pounding out in my chest a little bit. I'm nervous, but no pressure from anybody. Just go and ride the bike and do what I do, and that's all I can do.
That's it. The pressure's coming from you, so just go out there and enjoy. You know what you're doing. You've been here before.
Yeah, it's not my first rodeo, is it? But I'll tell you, this tummy's still jittering, so we'll see.
Enjoy, mate.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Cheers.
Cheers, John. Thank you. Mikey Evans, first and foremost, happy birthday for yesterday, mate.
Thank you very much.
I feel like I should be singing happy birthday to you. How old were you?
30.
30. Last thing you want to be talking about right now. How are we feeling getting ready for this, the big bike race?
I feel 40 or 50.
You wait till the end of it?
No, yeah, I'll be, yeah. No, I feel good, yeah. Warm up wasn't the best, but use a bit of a shakedown, get the muscles going. I worked really hard to get here and be in a good position for this, so I'm going to, give it everything I've got. But yeah, can't wait.
It. Get the cobwebs out on the warm-up lap. You're ready to go flat out now.
Yeah, definitely. It's unreal conditions. It couldn't be better, so there's no excuse.
And there'll be plenty of people cheering for you out there. Don't forget, 30 is the new 20.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, they say life starts at 40, don't they? So.
Well, from my experience, it doesn't. So. Well, you'll find out when you get there.
Cheers.
Right, have a good one. Yeah. Cheers, mate. End of day 7, I think, end of the RST Superbike race. We've somehow managed to catch Michael. I've asked you every question under the sun. Booby, you got any questions for Michael?
What's it like to win 23 Alaman TT races?
Seems all right. Not why I'm, you know, it's you don't really look at it like if somebody slapped them all in your face at once. You know, when you're tipping away over the few years trying to nip one, it's always been nipping. You know, it's not like you're getting it all at once. But listen, when you're in the sort of same realms of John McGuinness and people like that, you know, you're obviously doing something steady. The main thing today was to prove I could still ride a Superbike. That was, I think, everybody had me wrote off today. So everybody had me wrote off all year and last year's beforehand. So to be able to win a Superbike race now, that was what I came here to do.
Had you written yourself off at any point?
No, it's hard. You're freaking struggling a wee bit through the thing, and we were struggling. That's, you know, over the last few years with the big bike, but I've proven now when the bikes are right, I'm still fast.
Amen to that. Absolutely. Do you want to make it 24?
Yeah, I just want to keep battering. Listen, this job's, you can only ride as hard as, like, I can just give it 100%. 100% is good enough. Then, good. Well, I might give a wee bit more than 100%, but you know, as long as I felt in the day I've done what I've set out to ride as hard as I can do, well, that's good. We've been working hard with the bikes, a couple of issues just to 12 up, and once with them sorted, we'll just keep battering.
And how much, sorry, go on.
We was looking at the gap between you and second place. It kind of got to about 20 and then 20 seconds and then hovered around there for a few laps. Were you looking at your pit boards and managing that, or was you just giving it 100% for the full 6 laps?
Once you've won by over 100,000ths of a second, that's all I need. Once I don't care what size it is once you're in. Main thing is we encountered an issue which we were able to ride with, but we would have hindered us a little bit, a good bit, but we were able to manage it and keep it going, so I managed it as best as I possibly could and used the time that I had to do so.
If the rest were going a little bit faster, could you have pushed a bit harder and found a bit more pace?
I didn't need to.
For a point.
Yeah, we just keep battering on. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and listen, we're winning races. That's what I'm here to do. I won a big bike race, won a 600 race. You know,
plenty more to go.
Well, that's it, and I've proved to people now that I'm still back again and I'm still fit to win races.
I don't think you need to prove anything to anyone anymore, but keep doing it because we enjoy it.
Just keep battering, see what happens.
That's what, appreciate it, mate.
No problem.
Great time. He's off. There we go.
Cheers, mate.
That's 23 TT wins.
In 2023.
Does it put him in legendary status or what?
I think he's been in legendary status for a little bit of time now, hasn't he?
Yeah, to be fair, he has, yeah. It was phenomenal riding from a phenomenal rider.
Phenomenal rider, and like Michael said, you know, I think there has been a few people maybe writing him off a little bit on the big bikes. You can never write that guy off. He's shown today he has got what it takes to not just win a TT race, dominate a TT race. He got to the front of that race, and you could tell he was managing that gap, and it was impressive to watch. I
think a lot of riders are going to have to go back to the drawing board to see how they're going to step up to him now he's there, because I think they genuinely are slightly worried about what they're going to have to do to find that pace to go with Michael.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about 8 if we want, but there's still such a long way to go in this TT. I don't even think there's any point mentioning it.
No, you need so much luck for that to happen. Yeah, like, let's not talk about that yet. Let's talk about the RST Superbike race that we've seen today, because it wasn't just about Michael Dunlop, it was about Pete Hickman and about Dean Harrison.
Yep.
The podium matched the podium yesterday in the Supersport race, didn't it?
Deja vu, as some might say. Yeah, it did. And the race unfolded exactly the way the Supersport race unfolded. Dean had a fairly, I wouldn't say comfortable, but a nice margin.
A reasonable second place,
yeah.
And Pete just found something. Again, we've talked about how Pete isn't always as fast out the blocks as the other two, so maybe it took him a lap or two to get up to speed. There was reports of problems with Pete Hickman's bike. I spoke to Pete Clifford in the FHO garage, and he said that Pete had said when he'd come into the pits, there was an intermittent problem with the quick shifter and downshifter, which actually some people saw on the telly. So that meant Pete would have had to roll the throttle every time he needed to change gear. That's going to add to his fatigue. That's going to slow him down a little bit, although his last lap was the fastest lap ever in a Superbike race. So
yeah, in the RST Superbike race, it was the fastest lap, 1:35.4, I think it was.
Yes.
So yeah, it was. Like he said, if he can get out the blocks early, he can stay with them. And I think if he's a little bit closer to them, come that second and third lap, then they might start feeling the pressure, potentially make a few mistakes, and that gap might close. Maybe it'll come down to pit stops again. We can surmise all we want, but we just don't know what's going to happen. I think we need to look back on what we just saw and appreciate the amazingness of Michael Dunlop. And it was nice to see in the winners' enclosure, I don't know if you were there, Boovie, winners' enclosure, John McGuinness pulled up, he said who won it. Obviously to see Michael had won it, jumped off his bike, went into the winners' enclosure, gave him a big hug, had a word with him, because I think he realises how hard it is to win 23. He's been there and he's done it, and now it was amazing to see how happy he was for someone matching it.
Yeah.
And you can't help thinking it's not going to be long till he's on one above John McGuinness. But hey, time will tell, right?
Time will tell. I think it's only going to be a matter of days, isn't it? Speaking of days, we've got a day off tomorrow.
Yes! Can we do nothing?
No. The guys behind the cameras shaking their head. They've got plenty of us to do tomorrow. So we'll be back for another roundup tomorrow, even though there's no racing. We'll find something to talk about. We'll find someone to talk to, won't we?
Yeah, I'm sure we will. So make sure you check out all the latest news and features over at iomttracers.com. Like, subscribe, leave us comments, because we do read them, the good ones and the bad ones. We love them all. And don't forget, we're across all socials at TT Racers Official. But until next time,
it's ciao from me.
And it's arrivederci from me.
Arrivederci.
See you later.
Bye-bye.